guys, Box Van D here. As you know, I never do cooking videos, but tonight I'm making fried chicken, but I gotta try. What I'm gonna do is put some Bisquick mix in a bowl. Just enough to coat some chicken. And then I add some salt and pepper and seasoned salt. I also add a little bit of garlic and a little bit of onion powder because I like that in my chicken, and it flavors the skin when it cooks, and also getting into the chicken itself. So I have the chicken in the sink, which is already thawed, and I take the skin off the chicken. So I have my skillet heating up. I personally, everybody does it different. Sometimes you like other seasonings. I like to put a little bit of Italian seasoning in my flour mixture. Some people like to coat their chicken first with egg. I don't like it. I don't like the way it comes out with the egg dip. So some people do it. I don't. So I like to go ahead and put the chicken in my flour mixture. Dip it. Now what I'll do is once I get the skillet hot, then I'll add my chicken to the skillet. I really like very thin coating on the chicken. I'll have leftovers for the next 2 days at least. So I don't have a lot of counter space, but I probably have more than some people. So I have all the chicken in there. Now it's coated really good. And if I can use the leftover, the biscuit mix, to make a gravy. So I'm going to have this with mashed potatoes tonight. So I go through a ton of wipes every month. I probably buy 2 or 3 of these packages of wipes every month. And I only use Huggies because they're thick and they're moister and they last longer and then just absorb really well. So I use avocado oil to cook with because it's healthy and it doesn't burn real bad. And sometimes I use coconut oil. And once my grease is hot, I have a little tiny skillet, so I have to do it in batches. It's pretty hot. I can hear it sizzling. So there's the chicken in the skillet, you can see that. And it's sizzling. So I usually cook it about 10 minutes to brown it on each side. So you can see that it's cooking. Once it starts to brown, I'll turn it down to low. And then once it's good and brown on the bottom, I'll turn it over. So in the truck, because of the grease, I don't want the grease all over everything. So I usually put a little lid on there loose. I think this is just about ready to turn. Let's see if you can see how it's looking. You can see it's slightly brown on the bottom. So I'm going to turn it over. And I'm going to cook it for another 10 to 15 minutes on the other side. Pretty golden brown. I'm going to put the lid back on loosely and I turn the heat down a little bit. So I love this little cast iron skillet. I was at a camping area with one of the caravans for a very short while. And somebody had this cast iron skillet sitting over there on the giveaway pile. And that I couldn't believe it. So I grabbed it. I have been cooking with it ever since. My sister made this gift for me, a handle cover. I think you can see those covers. And I can lift these pans so easily. They come on and off so when I wash them. And I can take this off and wash it in the laundry. Once it gets good and brown on each side, then I'll cover it with the lid and let it cook on low for about 10-15 minutes on the very low. Okay, it's totally brown on the other side. I'm gonna turn that fire all the way down and cook it on low. So cooking in this little space is not too bad, but clean up. The splatter does get all over everything. Then I have to spray and clean everything. So when I use this back burner, I have this board, which is a heavy, I don't know what it is, but it's a heavy cutting board. Prevents any heat from getting over to the bed. But okay, so I think the chicken is ready to turn on. Let's show you what it looks like. There's golden brown chicken. It's pretty much done a little bit. Here we go. So I have the burner on the potatoes going right now. I'll turn this burner off. Once the water for the potatoes comes to a complete boil, then I add a little bit of milk to that. And I'll also like to add a little bit of cheese. So if I had a camera to follow me around, I could show you what I have to go through to get to my fridge. But there's the fridge all the way in the cab. I don't know if you can see that. So you have to climb into the cab, open the fridge, get things out of the fridge, hold the lid up, pull these things out. Usually I have to move 3 or 4 things to get to it. And here's my cheese. So I needed the cheese. So I got the cheese out for the potatoes. So of course while I was doing that, my water in my pan started to boil over. I'm gonna have another big mess. I guess that's life. This is the real nomad life. It's not easy. You have to move everything, adapt to everything. But I like all the fancy cooking videos for nomads that show everything all lined up on the counter, all measured out, pretty fancy. They never show you the dirty dishes. They never show you the real process. They show you everything's all measured out and poured. Anyhow, this is the real nomad cooking. So you can see, I think you can see that, nice and thick. Just make sure all the potatoes are getting mixed really good with the butter and cheese. Okay. I'm gonna put some potatoes on my plate. So here's my plate, as you can see. Let's see how this looks in the middle. So let's taste it, see how it tastes. Everybody wants you to see you taste your cooking. So here we go. Actually, I'm looking forward to it. That's a big bite. Here we go. It's good. See how the potatoes came out. Look, just the right consistency. I could add more butter. I like a lot of butter, but it's okay. With that little bit of cheese in there, it gives it such a good flavor. This is my mess, a lot of big mess. Where the potatoes spilled over on the stove, grease everywhere. Be a good boy, sit. Good boy, good job. What do you think? Maxie likes it. Good boy, good job. He's learning. So this is the kitchen after I got it all cleaned up from the mess, from cooking fried chicken where there was grease on everything. So yeah, I keep my toilet paper in my basket over there. I know probably you noticed that when I'm cooking, but it's easy to get to that way. So I moved that divider between the bed and the stove when I'm not cooking. Everything's all clean. So this is my little mixed espresso coffee maker I got on Amazon. It's a 1-cupper. and it's pretty cool. Just finishing making the coffee. But this morning, I just fill that with regular coffee. Once in a while I can buy the pods, but I really don't think I need to have expensive fancy coffee. I just like plain coffee. Okay, as requested, I did a cooking video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Thank you.